Clayton Kershaw's arm injury is potential Armageddon. God bless baseball. Where else can the subject of a biceps, elbow or tendinitis be so seriously considered an occurrence of major significance? Conrad Moore Advertisement San Diego. It is ironically appropriate that it took 4 Dodgers pitchers to no-hit the Padres, given that it took 4 entities, the Dodgers, Time Warner, Spectrum, and MLB, to shut out nearly 70% of their fan base from seeing the game. Bill Waxman, Simi Valley. I bet the Dodgers were the first team to get a combined no-hitter in alphabetical order. Buehler, Sembrani, Garcia, Liberatore. Lolly Hellman Palms. In light of the Dodgers' combined no-hitter, and all the surrounding excitement, I have to wonder why there is never any excitement after a combined cycle by batters. Andrew Weiss, Playa del Rey Advertisement. While largely a fan of the Dodgers front office and manager Dave Roberts, for the life of me I do not understand the absence of Andrew Toles, who was the starting left fielder in 2017 before injury and outplayed all the competition in the spring of 2018. For a team desperately in need of a spark, and someone to fill Seager's 2-hole, how does this sound? Toles, Taylor, Turner, Bellinger, Kemp, you fill in the rest. Dick Decoy, Burbank. Perhaps the poor performance by the Dodgers this season is that the team still thinks they are at spring training. After all, they haven't left the West Coast since February. Teams from the East and Central have had to slug it out in icy weather, endured delays and rainouts, while the LA Boys of Summer have stumbled their way to a sub-.500 record, all in the Pacific time zone, not counting Mexico. The good news is the way the Dodgers are playing, they'll avoid the cold weather in October as well. William Borland Torrance. I went to the Dodgers game Tuesday night. Dodger Stadium has become absolute Bush League. Never mind the fact that the food is terrible and grossly overpriced, as well as the parking. It is not a baseball experience at all. The main scoreboard, which used to display the batting lineups, statistics and other information, had nothing but ads until there were 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th inning. There were at least 2 pitching changes that were not announced, nor was the attendance or announced. Dodger Stadium used to show some highlights of other games, but not anymore. No mention that a no-hitter was pitched in another game that night. I went to an Angels game last week to see Albert Pujols get hit no. 2,999, and it is a far, far better baseball experience. Mike Lorraine, Simi Valley, down in Anaheim 6 weeks into the baseball season, and Shohei Ohtani has more wins than Clayton Kershaw, more home runs than Cody Bellinger, and a higher batting average than any Dodger. Ron Tom, Pasadena. Is this fantasy baseball? We get to watch Babe Ruth, Ohtani, Mickey Mantle, Trout, and a 3,000-hit superstar, Pujols, all on the same team in the same season. This is angelic. This cannot last. Soon the greed demons will arrive and the Angels will sign a Dodgers TV deal, and 70% of us will fall from heaven. David Wildowski, Laguna Wood, swooping it up. Maybe the Lakers should forget about signing 2 All-Stars. Oklahoma City had 3 All-Stars and Utah had none, although Donovan Mitchell played like one. And which team won that series? Speaking of Mitchell, the Lakers could have drafted him, but they passed. Walter Harris, Santa Clarita. Has Bill Plaschke not noticed in his long career the corrosive effect that nepotism can have on morale in any business, including professional sports? Does he believe you can have a players-only team meeting to clear the air while the coach's son is in attendance? Can the Clippers possibly negotiate the best possible trade when Austin Rivers is non-negotiable? Does he believe players are not concerned about losing playing time to the boss's son? Mr. Ballmer, building morale and team spirit is the road to a championship. Trade Austin Rivers, a very good player, before you re-sign Doc. Harold Walter Northridge. Bill Plaschke praised the extension signing of Doc Rivers. This would end up as the second big mistake for Steve Ballmer. The first was the signing of Blake Griffin per Plaschke. This is an overrated coach who failed to lead the team out of the second round, despite having Paul, Griffin, Jordan, Reddick and Crawford as the 6th man. I know there were some injuries during the playoffs, but the main problem with Rivers is that he promoted the crybaby mentality of the Clippers. Now he will get the new players to participate in his school of whining. Ron Wolotsky, Los Angeles. So the Cavaliers and Celtics each lost Kyrie Irving and both advanced to the Eastern Conference Finals. A curious key to success. Bennett Tramers, Santa Monica. By way of Cleveland, was it LeVar Ball's fabled homemade pancakes, fresh strawberries, and sausage breakfast that conned Magic Johnson and Rob Pelinka into whiffing on the incredibly talented Donovan Mitchell and Jason Tatum, and wasting an 0.2 draft pick on the frequently injured and horrendous shooting Lonzo Ball last June? Tom Lalla's Los Angeles Goodnights. The reason for the success of the Vegas Golden Knights is not fate, an anomaly, or a miracle. It is a simple concept called the hard cap. No luxury tax, no penalties, you just have X amount of dollars to fill your team. If baseball, football and basketball wanted to make their product appeal to a larger fan base, they would adopt this formula. Instead, in any given playoff in these sports, you know who are the top 4 contenders. This makes the rich get richer, but it doesn't serve the sport, leaves nothing to the imagination of the underdog, and doesn't allow small market teams to stay competitive. George Sagadenki Tarzana big screens rule. Sorry, Randy Harvey, but when I want to watch any sporting event, I can't count the Dodgers because I am a DirecTV subscriber. I turn on my television. Yes, us old-timers have computers and iPads, but we use that for messages, information and solitaire. I do not want to watch a sporting event on a 9-inch iPad when I have a 60-inch television. Facebook is not my thing, nor should it be baseball's thing. If the internet is the sports media of the future, I'm glad I won't be around to see it. Bob Sands' La Hebra knockout. Things must be getting rocky at the LA Times, with boxing dominating the first 2 pages Thursday. David Marshall, Santa Monica. We shall see. Prediction for our local quarterbacks. Advertisement. Sam Darnold. Flashes of brilliance. Too many turnovers. Gone in 5 years. Josh Rosen. Flashes of brilliance. Too many injuries. Gone in 5 years. That being said, please note that I thought Ryan Leaf would be better than Peyton Manning. Steve Finch, Redondo Beach. The Los Angeles Times welcomes expressions of all views. Letters should be brief and become the property of the Times. They may be edited and republished in any format. Each must include a valid mailing address and telephone number. Pseudonyms will not be used. Mail, Sports Viewpoint, Los Angeles Times, 202 West 1st Street, Los Angeles, California, 90012. Fax, 213-237-4322. Email, sports@latimes.com.